you're stepping into a space that you're not used to playing. I mean, those kind of characters are quite few and far between in the UK. So to play a part of that, and you're head to head a lot of the time with another woman, like Deborah's character Nina, it's great.
So I want to start off with this first. Riches premieres on Prime Video December 2nd, and it has its share of drama, twists, and turns. So what made you want to be a part of the series?
Specifically that. The drama, the twists and turns, it's going to be fun. And that's why I wanted to be a part of it. And also I wanted to be a part of a Black family, a rich Black family. I wanted to see, this character, Claudia, she has different clothes, different wigs. She struts, she takes up space. And that's what I wanted to be a part of, especially.
Yeah, and Claudia is obviously the matriarch of the show, and she's one of my favorite characters because she's very strong, very independent, and is going to try to do whatever she can to get what she wants. So are those just some of the things you like about playing Claudia?
Definitely. In that sense, she's opposite to me. I was like, when I first approached playing this part, I was like, I'm not sure I'm the one to play this part. And when I have that feeling, I'm absolutely the person to play that part. So I was just like, you're stepping into a space that you're not used to playing. I mean, those kind of characters are quite few and far between in the UK. So to play a part of that, and you're head to head a lot of the time with another woman, like Deborah's character Nina, it's great. You have to step into those. You have to be brave and step into those roles. And yeah, I was really excited to step into that.
And you mentioned Nina, and in the series, those two have their share of battles. Do you think that Claudia is jealous or even threatened by Nina because she is strong, she is independent, and she seems like to be a leader? So do you feel like Claudia is kind of threatened by her?
Definitely. I think she's challenged by anybody that may pose a threat, male or female. I think she'll take them out. And Nina is a much more difficult character for her to take out. Every time she keeps pushing her down, she keeps coming back up. She finds all different tactics to do that. But she's also threatened by the fact is that she's another bloodline to Stephen. She's an older daughter to Stephen. And there's a past, there's a history. And she knows what she did to get into that position. Claudia did to get into that position. And she knows there's going to be some retribution because of that. And also Nina's definitely skilled in running a company. She has her own company. So those things are all threats and challenges for Claudia.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got a chance to talk to some of your other castmates, Ola, Nneka, Adeyinka, and they talked about how much they enjoyed working with you, calling you Queen Sarah, the Sarah Niles. So what was it like working with those characters and really just the entire cast?
Oh, I loved working with everybody. I miss people when I didn't get to see. Sometimes I had one proper scene with who played Simon, and I was like, oh, I want Claudia and Simon to meet again. It was good fun, and then that came and went. It's such a short series. You want more space, and as you're working on it, you start to grow, and you think, oh, that works, and before you know, it's over. But I loved having. Those like having Nneka and Adeyinka and Ola as my children, I loved that, loved playing with them. And they were so excited to be a part of this project. You just remind you of how to be so grateful when these opportunities come your way. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And one last question for me before I let you go is, obviously you do great work in Riches, but most people know you from Ted Lasso in season 2. How excited are you to watch season 3 of Ted Lasso?
Because I have no idea. I have no idea, because you just come in, you do your bits, you have no idea. But one thing I really love is playing different characters. Like even while I was doing Ted Lasso, I was filming Sandman. So even to be a part of that, I'm just like, yes, keep all the different characters coming. So being a part of Riches and playing Claudia, which is complete opposite to Dr. Sharon, has been a dream.
Absolutely. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. Congratulations on Riches and continued success to you. Deborah, I'll start with you. You play Nina in Riches, and she's smart, strong, independent. So how much have you enjoyed playing the character?
Oh my God, I can't even tell you enough. I think for me, I feel so represented by this character, to be honest. Like from the first moment I read the script, I saw so much of myself and so much of my own story. And I just, honestly, when I read it and I met with Abby, I literally said to her, like, I feel like we've already known each other because there was so much of my story in this. And so it's just been such a beautiful pleasure to feel seen by a character that I'm playing, to be honest.
Absolutely. And Emmanuel, you play Simon, and he's a character I really enjoy because while he's not into the company, he is supportive of Nina and is going to always have her back because they've grown up together. They're very close. So are there any similarities between yourself and your character?
I think Simon is an aspirational character, this queer man that exists in this world that's thriving, this non-toxic relationship, and he isn't driven by the pursuit of money. I can say that I'm not driven by the pursuit of money sometimes, but for me, actually, I would like to be Simon. I'd love to have this life where, you know, I get this beautiful relationship and my career is thriving at the same time. And yes, there's family drama going on in the background, but Simon doesn't always engage with it. He very much has the ability to remove himself. And I think maybe that's down to the therapy he's doing or something. I don't know. I'd like to be him, though.
Absolutely. And Deborah, Riches is about family and power. That's really the forefront of the series. But with a company like Flair and Glory, obviously is done so well internationally. But could you see yourself being a CEO of a big company like that?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Sure answer.
She mentioned she wanted to do something, Deb. I'm not going to snitch and tell people what you about to do because it's a secret. But you know.
So the answer is yes. I am very inspired by Nina and her just unapologetically rising to the occasion and taking her seat as CEO. And so for me, that is something that I can absolutely see myself doing. And yes.
Awesome. I love it. So Emmanuel, this question is for you. How much did you enjoy working with Deborah during the season since the two of you had your share of scenes together?
It was really difficult because it's just hard to portray, you know, people who love each other on screen when, you know, off camera. It's just, you know, it's honestly, hand on heart, this is the best job I've ever worked on. I can say that in all honesty, you know, God sees my heart. It's something special to get to walk onto a set every day and do what you love with people who you care about and care about you back. You know, we supported each other fearlessly on this project, and I've never witnessed something like that. And the chemistry on and off camera, it's electric. You know, this lady here, she's so special to me, and she's championed me in so many ways and supported me in so many ways that I just pray to be involved with her on camera in this role for many years, but you know, off camera as well. It's been a wonderful experience for me, I can say.
He's obsessed with me. No.
Thanks, Deborah. Hi, I'm Deborah. I'm going to start doing that in the interviews now. You played yourself, Deb. I'm sorry.
That's absolutely awesome. Absolutely enjoy it. Well, Emmanuel, Deborah, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. Again, congratulations on Riches and continued success for both of you. Riches premieres on Prime Video December 2nd. So what makes this show stand out from other family dramas?
I mean, you ain't seen this in London before, first of all. Like, so you've not heard it with that accent before. And that's great. Definitely not seen London like this before, if you've ever seen London before. You've not seen a Nigerian family really like this before. There's so many things. I really want to say this. The fact that there are some amazing actors in this. Like the acting is amazing. The people are amazing. So I think there are loads of things that makes Riches really special. Yeah,
absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. And you three played the Richards children in the show. So, and this is for each of you, what is the best thing about your characters?
I think there's so much, no joking. I think the best thing about Alicia is how well she is able to perceive herself externally. I think she's a very, very strong character. I think props to her for being so successful on her own, in her own right, with a beauty blogger, career. And I think she hides her vulnerabilities really well. And I think that's, that has its positives and its negatives, but I think that's what I really, really love about her.
I would say it's just for Wanda, it's how unapologetic she is. She is someone that knows that she's quite wealthy and privileged, but she doesn't shy away from it. She sits in it, she leans into it, maybe a bit too much. But at the end of the day, she's quite comfortable with who she is, or so it appears anyway. So yeah, I think it's just how unapologetic she is about who she is as a person.
For me, I think Gus is his outfits. He's a well-dressed man, wears suits, and does it well. For me, that's my favorite thing. Apart from the fact that I think Abby has written this so well, and she doesn't miss a beat. So there are loads of things that I love about that character, Gus. His range of emotions, you just see different things about this character, but especially the way he's dressed.
Awesome. And one last question for me before I let you go. And Ola, you mentioned how great the actors are throughout this entire series. And one actor that stands out is Sarah Niles, who plays your guys' mother, who people know from the show Ted Lasso. So how is it working with her on the show?
I love Sarah. I love Sarah. I love Sarah. My mom loves Sarah. It's crazy if Sarah's playing my mom. I just love her. She's full of experience, but also full of fun. Working with Sarah, it doesn't feel like working, but at the same time, you're learning from this experienced woman. Sarah's awesome. I don't know what to say. She's just incredible. And
we're like a little Sarah Niles fan club,
Yeah,
we absolutely.
It's Sarah Queen of the Nile.
Yeah,
it's nominated Sarah Queen of the Nile.
The Sarah Niles. That's
how we should refer to her.
Yes, that's how we refer to her. But like I said, she's absolutely incredible. I mean, even my housemates absolutely love her as well. She's just so wise and so professional and is so experienced. But like Ola says, she's so much fun. I just love every time I hear her laugh. It just makes me so happy.
It's really laugh.
She has the best laugh ever. But she's so talented and she's so smart and intelligent. I think it was such a privilege to be able to work alongside her.
And I echo all of that. I think Sarah's just a massive, massive life and presence and joy. And yeah, it's been an amazing experience. And I remember I was on a job just before that, and one of the lead actors was saying, "Oh, you're going to work with Sarah. Oh, she's great fun." And I was like, "Okay, great," but I didn't really prepare for just how much fun she was. So yeah, we love Sarah.
The Sarah
Niles. The Sarah Niles. I love it. Well, Nneka, Adeyinka, Ola, thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate it. Congratulations on the show and continued success to all of you. What can fans expect from this series?
I hope they can expect and will get an entertaining time. To have fun with these characters, grow to love these characters and love to hate some of the characters. It is a family drama. It's about a wealthy Black British family, but they've got the American siblings there. So there's conflict, there's chaos, there's drama. There is some more substantive issues explored about Black ambition, colorism in the community. But ultimately, I hope they go on a journey with these characters and really see them emotionally come to terms with the death of their father, while also shedding a light on an element of Black British life that I have not seen on screen before.
And is that, and you mentioned that, and is that the reason that you wanted to put a show like this together? Because as you mentioned, you don't see Black British families fighting for power. You just don't see that type of show on television. So is that one of the reasons that you wanted to make a show like Riches?
I'm not sure it was that specific. I tend to, I tend to like write the things that I want to see. So I guess as an audience member, I've not seen this before, but I've always been really interested in like family business shows, whether you're talking about Dynasty or 6 Feet Under, because it's such a really fertile, because I love family dramas, but sometimes dramatically you need more of an engine. And I think the ways in which when you put money and blood together, it just causes boom explosions. It gives us those dramatic tensions. And so I think it was more being able to tell a grounded story about these siblings and about what they're going to do with this inheritance. But of course, getting to see a wealthy Black family, getting to see London on screen looking incredible, getting to see them talk about things that often we don't get to talk about in Black stories, about wealth, about inheritance, about generational wealth, and coping with what it means to be successful. Those were all sort of the things I was interested in.
And with a show like this, all the characters bring something different to the table. Is there one character or maybe two characters that stand out the most for you?
I mean, I put something of myself into all of them, so that's quite a difficult question. But I feel like, I mean, the heart and the sort of viewpoint we start in is Nina's, and to the extent that I'm really interested in exploring not just complex, capable Black women, but also equally her vulnerability and her daddy issues and whether she'll overcome that stuff. So she's incredibly capable professionally and has achieved a lot, but in terms of her personal life, there is still stuff to work through. So I really wanted to see that kind of that duality, really, of someone who's capable, but there is a vulnerability, and we allow the audience to have time with her when she's, feeling less strong. And I mean, I have a soft spot for all of them. I loved the way Ola brought Gus to life, because it's incredible for me to see a story that's about a Black man who isn't necessarily alpha. He's finding his place. He's grown up in someone's shadow. And I think we don't not enough get to see those Black men who aren't just like defined by strength, but actually kind of just the grays of what it means to be a man in the 21st century, where you're in touch with your feelings, but you also have your own ambivalence about success and wealth, and you grew up in wealth.
One last question for me before I let you go is, with the characters bringing something to the table, Riches also features a strong cast. So how is it for you working with this cast throughout this season?
It was great. It was a really, really great journey, because I wrote some things on the page and I was very clear about the characters, and they really lived in my imagination. And what's been magical is these actors came on board and they took ownership of them. They really loved their characters. The cast had kind of bonded incredibly well. But we would have conversations, and Adeyinka would come to me and say, I was thinking about Alicia. I'm not sure she drinks, or maybe she does, but she always sips and she never gets drunk. So they really brought specific detail, and then I would run with them as well. So I think the cast really were really protective of their characters, and that's really incredible on set. And I directed them as well in one episode, and it was just really brilliant to see how much the characters just lived with these actors.
Absolutely. Well, Abby, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. Congratulations on Riches, and continued success to you.